Welcome to Jill on Money, powered by The Compound. I am Jill Schlesinger, a certified financial planner, CBS News business analyst, the host of the Jill on Money show, and your host today. And I'm joined by Mark Talercio, also a certified financial planner. In my life, he is the executive producer of everything in my life. You're the executive producer of Jill.
How much longer is that going to continue?
I don't know.
You're going to give me, I don't know, a handful of years going full metal?
Well, at least 2 years and 3 months, which is left on my contract
and
now.
then we scale it back.
Then we'll figure it out from there.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get re-signed. Who knows? Anyway, Mark, today we are talking about a very interesting problem that might be quite curious to the broad public, but something we encounter all the time from our audience. And that is the people who've been saving their whole lives. And, listen, I know that the funnel of our audience is not representative, but we get people who are into their personal finances. They've saved, and then they're really scared when they stop working and they have to spend their money.
Yep.
So in the official terms, you're going from the accumulation phase to the decumulation phase. What is it that is preventing them from actually making the decision to spend some of their money?
I mean, it's all psychological, right? That's kind of behavioral finance. It's not a problem I think I will have.
I don't think I will have, but I think we have some workarounds to it. And I think what's interesting is that although I don't like annuities in general, if you could find a low-cost annuity, it solves a lot of problems, because what an annuity contract will do is that you hand a lump sum over to an insurance company, and either you wait some time and then you start receiving a stream of income. But if you do it in an immediate annuity, you hand over the chunk of money and then boom, the money starts coming out. That is something I think that's quite appealing to people because they don't know how to pay themselves on the other side.
So it kind of like takes the ball out of their hands.
Yes, but you can do this anyway. And what I suggest for people who are really feeling this way is, first, let's run the numbers. If you're really scared, maybe there's a reason you're scared. Maybe you think you don't have enough money, but you actually do have enough money. And if you've gotten to the point where you are looking at either early retirement, or maybe you're changing your career and you can pull money out of your accounts to help you transition to a new career, this is what you've been intending to do. Save for another purpose, right? Not to save so you have a big pile of money. So what I think is important is you run the numbers first, give yourself clarity. Then if you realize, like, let's say you got $1 million in your account, your brokerage account, and you're going to you safely can withdraw 40 grand every year from that account. Set it up automatically. I cannot tell you how important it is for you to automatically make sure that you can have a certain amount a month, $3,500 a month, automatically have it funnel into your bank account. And then it's as if you are paying yourself. Create your own annuity.
Well, this is what you kind of just stole my thunder.
Oh, dear,
Jill.
I'm sorry.
What I tell myself and how I think of it for myself, we get tons of questions from people who have these awesome pensions, right? And we always talk about having pension envy and jealousy. I don't have a pension, but what I tell myself, I'm 46 years old. I've been saving for a while. I'm going to continue to save. I just tell myself that I'm building myself my own personal pension. So it's going to be there. And when the time comes to retire, that's my pension. I did it on my own. I built it for myself. Now it's time to turn it on and to use it. And don't forget, for most people, there's another pension coming a few years later. It's called Social Security. So a lot of times people, they have this fear of like, oh my God, I can't spend my money. I'm going to run out. It's usually not the case. Usually you just have to spend a certain amount to kind of bridge the gaps until you turn on that other pension that is Social Security.
And you know what I think is important is if you're in a couple and one of you feels that way and the other one doesn't, I do think that is a good moment to get some independent advice, because I think we've encountered this a lot where someone says, well, my wife, she does not want to spend a penny. She's fearful.
Yeah.
And we walk through the situation and we say, well, she has a point. She should be fearful because you're out of your mind. You can't retire, right? But then on the other side, we show both people. You need to have proof. We have emotional responses to pulling money out. It is very hard to do. We are we are subject to loss aversion. We don't want to see the account value go down. By the way, on the other hand, I just recently had a friend who said to me, well, I don't want to die with all this money. Like, I want to spend it all. I'm like, okay, just tell me when you're going to die and we can figure it out.
Die with zero.
I mean, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
A lot of people have that
That's
mentality.
the dumbest thing I ever
talked to
heard.
someone recently, and they said the same thing. I want to die with nothing. Okay.
Right, good luck. Plan that. If you jump out the window at the right time, we can make that happen for you.
But the bottom line is, like you said, it's really about running the numbers. And the most important question is, how much do you spend?
Yes.
Without knowing that important piece of information, you can't make any of these decisions.
When you run those numbers and you know how much you spend and you know how much money you can safely withdraw from either your retirement accounts or your brokerage accounts, the other thing is make it automatic.
Also, the other thing is that people always get tripped up on is where to pull from, in what order. Do I pull from my Roth IRA first?
No, never.
Do I pull from my taxable account first? Yes, probably.
Yeah, maybe. But what I want to be clear about is that each situation is so unique that we have had plenty of times where we've said, pull from that traditional 401k account that you've now moved into an IRA rollover. Oftentimes we've talked about using that money first to get as much money out of there to reduce the required minimum distributions later. So if you have a question on A, how to spend your money, B, which account to pull from first, it depends on you. And that's why we encourage you to go to our website, jillonmoney.com, and click the Contact Us button. And Mark and I will teach you how to spend your money. We're very good at that. So we look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next time.